Good evening. This is All India Radio. I am Valsa Williams and with me is Aditi Lumba with the evening news. The headlines. All preparations in place for 4th of 7-phase polling of assembly elections in Uttar Pradesh tomorrow. Air India flight takes off from Delhi to bring back Indian citizens in Ukraine. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar welcomes the European Union's commitment to contribute to security of Indo-Pacific region. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman chairs 25th meeting of Financial Stability and Development Council in Mumbai, notes constant vigil on financial institutions. The post-budget meeting of Finance Minister emphasizes that benefits of digital banking should reach every nook and corner of the country in a consumer-friendly manner. Women and Child Development Ministry extends PM Cares for Children scheme till the end of this month. Skill Development and Entrepreneurship Ministry to fund stipend for 1,000 apprentices across central ministries for 1 year. First convoy of 50 trucks carrying 2,500 metric tons of wheat assistance from India to Afghanistan via Pakistan flagged off in Punjab. COVID-19 vaccine doses administered under National Vaccination Drive crossed 176 crore. In chess, Indian Grandmaster R. Pragnananda defeated world champion Magnus Carlsen in Air Things Masters competition. With the new Omicron variant of coronavirus causing concern, we appeal to our listeners to be vigilant and get fully vaccinated and also help others, including children between 15 and 18 years, to get vaccinated. Please continue to follow these 3 simple steps to stay safe. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact National Helpline number 011-2397-8046 and 1075. And other news in detail. In poll-bound Uttar Pradesh, all necessary preparations have been made for the 4th of the 7th-phase polling of assembly elections tomorrow. Polling will be conducted from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. The 4th phase of polling in the state will be conducted in 59 assembly constituencies, including 16 reserved for scheduled castes from 9 districts. More from our correspondent.
A total of 624 candidates are in fray for this phase of elections, out of which 91 are women candidates. Around 2 crore 13 lakh voters are expected to cast their votes in these elections, for which Election Commission has made elaborate arrangements. Commission has set up 24,643 polling booths to conduct the elections, and in view of the COVID infection, maximum number of voters at a single booth is not more than 1,250. The candidates whose political fate will be decided in this phase includes many ministers of the state government like Ashutosh Tandon, Brijesh Pathak, Jaya Devi, wife of Union Minister Kaushal Kishore, Samajwadi Party leaders and former ministers Ravidas Malhotra, Abhishek Mishra, Apna Dal candidate and minister in state government Jay Pratap Singh Jackie, BSP leader Gaya Charan Dinkar, Congress candidate and mother of Unnao rape case victim Asha Singh. In last assembly elections, BJP got 51 out of 59 seats, while Samajwadi Party bagged 4 and Congress and BSP got 2 seats each. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, AIR News, Lucknow.
The voter verifiable paper audit trail VVPAT is being used along with electronic voting machine EVM at every polling station. Arrangements have already been made to ensure availability of adequate number of EVMs and VVPATs for the smooth conduct of elections. In view of the prevailing COVID-19 pandemic and rising cases of Omicron variant across the country, the Election Commission has laid focus on COVID-safe elections with maximum participation. It is going to ensure the safety of vote and voters, as both are equally and critically important in democracy. The Election Commission has decided to allow maximum 1,250 electors in a polling station instead of the earlier stipulation of 1,500 electors. As per the Election Commission instructions, the concerned chief electoral officers are ensuring that every polling station is equipped with assured minimum facilities. In view of the pandemic, the Commission has decided to extend the poll timing by 1 hour in all assembly constituencies.
An Air India flight took off from Delhi for Kyiv Borispil International Airport this morning. It is expected to land at Terminal 3 at Indira Gandhi International Airport in the national capital at around 10:15 p.m. in full capacity. Air India will operate 2 more special flights between India and Ukraine on the 24th and 26th of this month. Air India has never operated any commercial flights to Ukraine before this. However, Air India has taken the initiative to bring back Indian citizens in Ukraine. Some other Indian operators are also expected to start their flight services depending on the demand from Ukraine. Indian Embassy in Ukraine said, in view of the continued high-level tensions and uncertainties of the current situation, additional flights are also being organized. The embassy is an advisory said 4 flights will leave Kyiv for Delhi on the 25th and the 27th of this month and 6th of March. It said at present, Air Arabia, Fly Dubai, Qatar Airways, etc. are also operating their routine flights from Ukraine to India. Bookings for these airlines can be done through airline offices, websites, call centers, and authorized travel agents. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar today welcomed European Union, EU's commitment to contribute to the security of the Indo-Pacific region. In his remarks at the opening session of the EU Ministerial Forum on Indo-Pacific in Paris, Dr. Jaishankar said the tides of Indo-Pacific region will help shape this century. He added collective efforts can keep the oceans peaceful, open and secure, and at the same time contribute to conserve its resources and keep it clean. The minister emphasized that distance is no insulation and issues countries confront in the Indo-Pacific will extend beyond even to Europe. Dr. Jaishankar said the EU can also promote economic development, infrastructure, connectivity, digital transformation, climate change, biodiversity, and human-centric concerns like health besides security. He said India welcomes EU's global gateway for these reasons. The minister said EU's strategy is consistent with India's vision of a free, open, balanced, and inclusive Indo-Pacific region anchored in ASEAN centrality. He added that India's approach is broad-based and emphasizes multilateralism, plurilateralism and collective action.
Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla today strongly and unequivocally condemned the recent terrorist attack in the UAE and said India has always opposed terrorism in all its forms. He was addressing members of the Federal National Council of the UAE in an extraordinary session of the Council during its 6th plenary session in Abu Dhabi. Mr. Birla emphasized that nations should come together to fight terrorism and violent extremism for stability and sustainable development. He further added that the shared concern of India and the UAE with regard to the increasing threats from religious extremism and terrorism to safety of people is reshaping cooperation between the two countries. The 25th meeting of the Financial Stability and Development Council FSDC was held in Mumbai today under the chairpersonship of Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. The Finance Minister is on a 2-day post-budget outreach visit to the city where she is meeting with representatives of industry, financial market functionaries and bankers. The Council deliberated on the various mandates of the FSDC and major macro-financial challenges arising in view of global and domestic developments. The Council noted that the government and all regulators need to maintain constant vigil on the financial conditions and functioning of important financial institutions, especially considering that it could expose financial vulnerabilities in the medium and long term. The Council discussed measures required for further development of the financial sector and to achieve an inclusive economic growth with macroeconomic stability.
Union Minister of Finance Nirmala Sitharaman today chaired a post-budget meeting with heads of banks, non-banking financial institutions and financial institutions in Mumbai today. The meeting deliberated on the various budget announcements in the context of Prime Minister Gati Shakti, Defence Telecom, Manufacturing and Exports, Emergency Credit Line Guarantee Scheme, ECLGS, and tax concessions to new manufacturing units and startups. The meeting also discussed various schemes such as subordinated debt to MSMEs, Atmanirbhar Bharat schemes, and credit outreach program which provided immediate relief to the borrowers and the banks from the impact of COVID-19 pandemic. During the meeting, it was emphasized that digital banking, digital payments, and fintech innovations are an opportunity for banks to find new ways to reduce the cost of intermediation and provide cost-effective services, and that the benefits of digital banking should reach every nook and corner of the country in a consumer-friendly manner. It was further stressed that banking industry should target to open accounts of unbanked adults under Jan Dhan Yojana and ensure insurance and pension coverage to all eligible adults. It was also highlighted in the meeting that with a record profit of 1.22 lakh crore rupees in 2020 and 21 and 0.79 lakh crore rupees in half year 2021-22 and declining gross NPA, banks are in a strong position to support future growth, enabling the country's economy for a takeoff. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman today refuted the allegations levelled by the leaders from Shiv Sena that opposition leaders are being chased down by Enforcement Directorate ED. Addressing a press conference in Mumbai, Ms. Sitharaman said, even if the ED wishes to, it is not possible for them unless there is a substantive material with regards to the financial irregularities committed by the offender. She said the law enforcement agencies work under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, PMLA realm. She added the ED follows the culprit after doing a thorough groundwork. The minister said the ED goes only where the offence has been committed and there is a PMLA angle to it.
Minister for Rural Development and Panchayati Raj, Giriraj Singh, launched Rural Connectivity GIS data in public domain in New Delhi today. This includes data of over 8 lakh rural facilities, 10 lakh habitations and 25 lakh kilometers of rural roads, which has been collected and digitized using GIS platform developed for Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. National Rural Infrastructure Development Agency, the nodal implementation agency of Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, has also signed an MOU with 3 renowned GIS firms and collaborating with Gati Shakti for releasing rural connectivity GIS data in public domain. Niti Aayog and World Resources Institute WRI India along with GIZ India conducted a virtual consultation workshop on financing for decarbonization of transport as part of the NDC Transport Initiative for Asia project in New Delhi today. The aim of the workshop is to identify actionable strategies and bring together financing institutions and transport organizations to collectively work towards furthering innovative financing policies for the decarbonization of transport. In his keynote address, Niti Aayog CEO Amitabh Kant said more financial instruments for providing a further impetus to clean mobility in the country is the need of the hour.
In Tripura, Agartala Smart City Mission has taken up a compensatory afforestation drive to compensate for the ecological loss due to the extraction of adult trees for the under-progress Smart Road project funded by the Asian Development Project. Chief Executive Officer, Agartala Smart City Mission Limited, Sailesh Kumar Yadav, speaking to AIR News on the issue, said, under some specific project trees are being uprooted for upgradation of the existing roads. He said in such situations, the Smart City Mission is trying its best to not harm the ecological balance and hence some adult trees have been relocated alive under the technical guidance of the Tripura Forest Department. The CEO further informed that under the Asian Development Bank funded project that would convert all the city roads into smart roads, an initiative has been taken to plant 10 trees for 1 tree extracted. You're listening to the evening news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. All preparations in place for 4th of 7th phase polling of assembly elections in Uttar Pradesh tomorrow. Air India flight takes off from Delhi to bring back Indian citizens in Ukraine. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar welcomes European Union's commitment to contribute to security of Indo-Pacific region. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman chairs 25th meeting of Financial Stability and Development Council in Mumbai, notes constant vigil on financial institutions. The post-budget meeting of Finance Minister emphasizes that benefits of digital banking should reach every nook and corner of the country in a consumer-friendly manner. Women and Child Development Ministry extends PM Cares for Children scheme till the end of this month. Skill Development and Entrepreneurship Ministry to fund stipend for 1,000 apprentices across central ministries for 1 year. First convoy of 50 trucks carrying 2,500 metric ton of wheat assistance from India to Afghanistan via Pakistan flagged off in Punjab. COVID-19 vaccine doses administered under National Vaccination Drive crosses 176 mark. And in chess, Indian Grandmaster R. Pragnananda defeats World Champion Magnus Carlsen in Airthings Masters competition. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
अपने बिजनेस को बढ़ाने के लिए लीजिए आकाशवाणी का सहयोग और दीजिए उसे बुलंदियों के पंख।
आपका बिजनेस लोकल है या राष्ट्रीय, आकाशवाणी देती है उपभोक्ताओं तक पहुंचने का हर विकल्प।
और अब तो आप घर, दफ्तर या दुकान पर बैठे बैठे कर सकते हैं आकाशवाणी के किसी भी केंद्र के लिए विज्ञापनों की बुकिंग।
आकाशवाणी के विभिन्न चैनलों पर विज्ञापन देना सुलभ और सस्ता।
बुकिंग है तो संपर्क करें 8700014242 पर।
8700014242।
चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो कुछ वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे।
Welcome back to the evening news. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will deliver the inaugural address at a webinar tomorrow being organized by Housing and Urban Affairs Ministry and Rural Development Ministry along with other ministries. The program is part of the series of webinars announced by the government on the title Leaving No Citizen Behind to discuss ways for effective implementation of initiatives announced in Union Budget 2022-23. The webinar will witness participation of government officials, representatives from various ministries, institutes, consultants, domain experts, real estate developers, and other stakeholders. Different breakout sessions on various domains related to rural and urban development will be hosted. The panelists will share their ideas on improving infrastructure in rural and urban areas. 6 breakout sessions have been scheduled to discuss and brainstorm with experts on how to lay down action points and strategize on budget implementation roadmap. The Women and Child Development Ministry has extended the PM Cares for Children scheme till the end of this month. Earlier, the scheme was valid till the 31st of December 2021. All states and union territories have now been asked to identify and register the eligible children on the portal. Prime Minister Narendra Modi had announced comprehensive support for children who have lost both their parents due to COVID-19 pandemic. Last year, the PM Cares for Children scheme provides support to children for ensuring education, health, monthly stipend from the age of 18 years and lump sum amount of 10 lakh rupees on attaining 23 years of age. Any citizen can inform the administration regarding a child eligible for support under this scheme through the portal.
Skill Development and Entrepreneurship Ministry, under its Sankalp program, has brought an initiative to fund stipend for 1,000 apprentices across central ministries for 1 year. The initiative has been developed so that the youth of the country benefit by learning hands-on skills by way of domain-specific apprenticeship opportunities. After 1 year of engagement, the ministries are expected to continue these positions utilizing their own funds. National Skill Development Corporation has been entrusted with the overall responsibility of coordination for the project. Our correspondent reports that the government has laid great emphasis on apprenticeship promotion and seeks to mainstream apprenticeship across central, state and private organizations. The centre has approved the continuation of Central Sector National Means Cum Merit Scholarship NMMSS over the 15th Finance Commission cycle for a period of 5 years from 2021 to 22 to 2025 to 26. It has been approved with financial outlay of 1,827 crore rupees with minor modifications in eligibility criteria such as increasing income ceiling from 1.5 lakh rupees per annum to 3.5 lakh rupees per annum and revising the renewal criteria under the scheme. The Ministry of Education in a statement said it is proposed to disperse scholarships to 14.76 lakh students. The objective of the scheme is to award scholarships to meritorious students of economically weaker sections to arrest their dropout at class 8 and encourage them to continue their education at secondary stage.
The budget session of the Mizoram Legislative Assembly has begun today with the policy address by the Governor, Hari Babu Kambhampati. Discussion on the motion of thanks on the Governor's address will be held in the first phase of sittings. In 2 phases of sittings, the session will continue till the 10th of next month. Chief Minister Zoramthanga, who is also holding the finance portfolio, will present the budget for 2022-23 on the 24th of this month. The first convoy of 50 trucks carrying 2,500 metric tons of wheat assistance from India to Afghanistan via Pakistan was flagged off today in a ceremony at Amritsar in Punjab. Foreign Secretary Harshvardhan Shringla, along with Afghan Ambassador Farid Mamundzai and World Food Programme Country Director Bishop Parajuli, flagged off the convoy.
Afghanistan is undergoing a humanitarian crisis. India has had historic and civilizational ties with the people of Afghanistan. Keeping in view these close ties, it has been decided to extend humanitarian assistance to Afghanistan in the form of 50,000 tons of wheat. The first consignment, consisting of some 2,500 tons.
The External Affairs Ministry said the shipment is part of the commitment made by the government to supply 50,000 metric tons of wheat for the people of Afghanistan. The wheat assistance will be delivered in multiple consignments and will be handed over to the United Nations World Food Programme in Jalalabad, Afghanistan. India signed an agreement with the WFP for the distribution of the wheat within Afghanistan. A report.
India decided to send humanitarian assistance to Afghanistan by providing wheat following acute food insecurity being faced by people of Afghanistan. FCI will deliver the wheat of Rabi market season 2020-2021 in 50 kilogram jute bags. The sacks are double bagged for preservation of the consignment from moisture and any infection. The shelf life of the wheat is minimum 1 year from the date of dispatch. Each bag is stamped with the text, "Gift from the people of India to the people of Afghanistan" in English, Pashto and Dari. With Anand Kumar, Suparna Sekhya, AIR News, Delhi.
The ministry said India remains committed to its special relationship with the people of Afghanistan. India has already supplied 5 lakh doses of Covaxin, 13 tons of essential life-saving medicines and 500 units of winter clothing. These consignments were handed over to the World Health Organization and the Indira Gandhi Hospital in Kabul.
The Chinese Foreign Ministry has conveyed to the Indian Embassy in Beijing that China will work on the early return of Indian students to the country in a coordinated manner, and it's not a political issue. Announcing this in a press release, the Indian Embassy in Beijing today said the Chinese Foreign Ministry assured that they are cognizant of the welfare of all foreign students, including Indian students. The Chinese side also conveyed that the return of Indian students was not a political issue and they will not be discriminated against in any manner while deciding on the return of foreign students to China to resume their education. As a part of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, a week-long commemoration event titled Vigyan Sarvatra Pujate was launched today. The event, which will continue till the 28th of February, was inaugurated digitally by Union Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Jitendra Singh, and Union Minister of Culture, G. Kishan Reddy, at Vigyan Bhavan in New Delhi. The event is being held simultaneously at 75 locations across the country. The week-long event will display the country's scientific legacy and technology prowess that has helped find solutions to defense, space, health, agriculture, astronomy, and other sectors. The event is being held in various Indian languages, including Kashmiri, Dogri, Punjabi, Gujarati, Marathi, Kannada, Malayalam, Tamil, Telugu, Odia, Bengali, Assamese, Nepali, Maithili, and Manipur, will include a screening of 75 films. Speaking on the occasion, Science and Technology Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh said in the last 7 years, the Narendra Modi government has taken several steps to promote science and innovations in the country. He said the penetration of science and technology is being seen in every sector as it is the basis of development. Dr. Singh said science has become an important tool for bringing ease of living in people's life and meeting future challenges. Minister of Culture G. Kishan Reddy thanked the scientists across the world for their important contributions in dealing with challenges posed by COVID-19 pandemic effectively. He said they have worked with full commitment and dedication to develop COVID-19 vaccines to save people's lives. He also stressed on the need to develop scientific temper among the children. In Leh, Chief Executive Councillor and Chairman of Ladakh Autonomous Hill Development Council, Tashi Galson, has inaugurated the week-long event Vigyan Sarvatra Pujate. At a program organized in EJM Degree College today, the students of various schools of Leh have displayed experimental and scientific demonstrations on various themes. In Meghalaya, as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, a week-long festival of science and technology, Vigyan Sarvatra Pujate, Festival of Science Communication, Popularization and its extension cum National Science Day 2022 celebration began today at All Saints Hall, Shillong, and also at Tura Science Centre, West Garo Hills District. In Nagaland, Department of Science and Technology of the state is also organizing the week-long commemoration for Nagaland chapter, which is being held at the Department of Science and Technology Complex, Kohima.
India's COVID-19 vaccination coverage has crossed 176 crore landmark today. The Health Ministry said more than 30 lakh vaccine doses were administered today, more than 1 crore 93 lakh precaution doses for the identified categories of beneficiaries like healthcare workers, frontline workers and people over 60 years have been administered so far. In chess, Indian Grandmaster R. Pragnanandha defeated world champion Magnus Carlsen in the 8th round of the Athens Masters competition. Pragnanandha, who is a chess prodigy, won with black pieces in 39 moves yesterday to halt Carlsen's run of 3 straight wins. The Sensex and the Nifty today declined more than 0.5% amid negative global cues. A report from the Business World.
The Sensex fell 383 points or 0.7% to finish at 57,301, while the Nifty slipped 114 points or 0.7% to settle at 17,092. At the forex market, the rupee weakened 36 paise per US dollar. The local unit settled at 74 rupees and 88 paise against the American currency. And the crude prices climbed more than 2.5% in intraday trade. Brent crude was trading around $97.80 per barrel. Kamal Saxena for AIR News.
Now let us take a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow. National capital Delhi is likely to have a partly cloudy sky. The temperature will vary between 12 and 27 degrees Celsius. Mumbai will have a mainly clear sky. Minimum temperature will be 18 degrees. Maximum expected to be around 34. Chennai is likely to have a partly cloudy sky. Temperature will vary between 24 and 34 degrees Celsius. Kolkata will have a mainly clear sky. Minimum temperature will be 20 degrees, maximum around 30. Srinagar will have rain or snow. Jammu will have thunderstorm with rain. Leh is likely to have light snow. Gilgit and Muzaffarabad will have a generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Visakhapatnam will have a partly cloudy sky with haze. Hyderabad will have fog in the morning and mainly clear sky later. Bengaluru will have mist. Thiruvananthapuram will have a partly cloudy sky with possibility of moderate rain or thunderstorm. Guwahati, Shillong will have a mainly clear sky becoming partly cloudy towards afternoon or evening. Imphal will have a partly cloudy sky becoming generally cloudy towards afternoon or evening or night. Aizawl, Kohima will have a partly cloudy sky. Itanagar will have generally cloudy sky with light rain. Temperature will hover between 8 and 24 degrees Celsius. Gangtok will have a partly cloudy sky becoming generally cloudy towards afternoon or evening or night. Agartala will have mist. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. All preparations in place for 4th of 7 phase polling of assembly elections in Uttar Pradesh tomorrow. Air India flight takes off from Delhi to bring back Indian citizens in Ukraine. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar welcomes European Union's commitment to contribute to security of Indo-Pacific region. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman chairs 25th meeting of Financial Stability and Development Council in Mumbai, notes constant vigil on financial institutions. The post-budget meeting of Finance Minister emphasizes that benefits of digital banking should reach every nook and corner of the country in a consumer-friendly manner. Women and Child Development Ministry extends PM Cares for Children scheme till the end of this month. Skill Development and Entrepreneurship Ministry to fund stipend for 1,000 apprentices across central ministries for 1 year. First convoy of 50 trucks carrying 2,500 metric tons of wheat assistance from India to Afghanistan via Pakistan flagged off in Punjab. COVID-19 vaccine doses administered under nationwide vaccination drive crosses 176 crore mark. And in chess, Indian Grandmaster Pragnanandha defeats world champion Magnus Carlsen in Athens Masters competition. And with that, we end the evening news. Good night.